So, generative AI, it's not science fiction anymore, it's here, and it's walking right into our schools. Today, we're going to break down the official guidance coming out of Singapore's Ministry of Education on how exactly we're supposed to handle this brave new world.
So here's the big question, right? Is this stuff a total game changer for learning? A tool that's going to revolutionize how our kids think? Or is it hiding some serious dangers we really need to watch out for? Let's get into it.
All right, first things first, let's talk about the incredible potential here, the promise of AI as a brand new tool for creativity and learning in the classroom. Okay, let's make this real for a second. Picture a science class. Instead of just staring at a flat picture of an atom in a textbook, students can use AI to whip up their own 3D models. But, and this is the important part, the real learning kicks in when they have to check that AI model for mistakes. It flips the script from just passively looking at something to actively, critically thinking about it.
And hey, this isn't just a science thing. A history student could ask an AI to create a realistic-looking artifact from a certain time period to prove they get what was going on. An art student, they could use it to brainstorm a dozen product designs in minutes. And in a language class, you can instantly see how using better, more descriptive words creates way more vivid AI images. It's this super versatile tool that can spark creativity pretty much anywhere.
At the end of the day, this isn't about using cool tech just for the sake of it. The real prize here is helping students build these critical skills for the future, being able to adapt their thinking, knowing how to handle information, and becoming genuinely inventive. But hold on, you can't just drop a tool this powerful into every single classroom and hope for the best. No, the key is to be really deliberate about it, with an age-appropriate plan.
Which, of course, raises a huge question. I mean, the way a 10-year-old thinks and learns is worlds away from a 17-year-old. So how do you make sure the way they use AI actually fits where they are in their own journey? Well, the guidance lays out this really smart step-by-step journey. For the little ones, it's all about the basics. No unsupervised AI, period. As they get a bit older, it's slowly introduced, but with a teacher right there watching closely. Then, in secondary school, they get a little more freedom on specific tasks, building up their own sense of responsibility. Until finally, when they're almost in university, AI becomes what it should be, a true collaborator, a tool that enhances their own brainpower. And you can see that whole shift laid out perfectly right here. In primary school, the teacher is very hands-on, and the student's autonomy is low. But as they move up, you see this gradual release of control. The teacher's job changes from being a direct supervisor to more of a guide, and the student's ability to own their learning grows right along with it. Now, this entire structured plan is designed to stop one major risk, something called cognitive offloading. Think of it as letting a calculator do all your math homework without you ever learning how to add. It's the massive danger that students will just let the AI do the thinking for them instead of using it to help them think better. This is the absolute core of why this guidance exists. So, to use AI the right way and not fall into that trap, students need their own toolkit. And I'm not talking about tech skills. I'm talking about having a strong foundation of actual knowledge, a solid ethical compass, the ability to focus and regulate themselves, and, crucially, the skill to think about their own thinking. Okay, we've covered the good stuff, the potential for using AI in schoolwork. But the guide issues a really serious warning about a totally different and, frankly, much scarier use of AI. Because let's be real, AI isn't just a homework helper anymore. The real trouble starts when it tries to be a friend, a confidant, a source of emotional support. And what we're talking about here are AI companions. These are chatbots. You might have heard of apps like Replica or Character.ai, and they are built specifically to mimic human conversation and build these long-term emotional relationships with you. And this is where all the alarm bells start ringing. You know, on the surface, you can kind of see the appeal. It's always there, 24/7, it doesn't judge you. But the risks, they are profound. We're talking about a real danger of emotional dependency, kids withdrawing from their actual friends, being exposed to harmful stuff, and even having negative thoughts reinforced by an algorithm. The potential for damage is just huge. And for teenagers, these things are particularly risky. Why? Because they create this incredibly convincing illusion of being human, but underneath, there's no real understanding, no genuine empathy.
The fear is that this can slowly chip away at real-world relationships because a student might start preferring the easy, predictable AI over the messy, difficult, but ultimately meaningful reality of human friendship.
And look, this isn't just some abstract fear. This is a real headline, and it brings the potential for real-world tragedy and to sharp, absolutely heartbreaking focus. The stakes just could not be any higher.
So, given these profound dangers, what's the way forward? Well, on this point, the guidance is incredibly clear and firm.
The official line is this: when it comes to a student's emotional well-being, the risks of using these AI chatbots far, far outweigh any possible benefits. End of story.
So instead of turning to an app for support, the focus has to be on what we know actually works. The guide makes it crystal clear that the most important safety nets we have for our kids are strong, positive human relationships with their teachers and with each other.
And the advice for any student who needs help is just as clear and, importantly, human-focused. Step 1, always talk to a trusted adult, your family, a teacher, a school counselor. And if for some reason that's not possible, there are official, vetted helplines staffed by real people. The message is simple: reach out to a human.
This is it. This is the big takeaway that ties this whole thing together. Technology can be a tool, but human interaction always, always has to come first.
And that really leaves all of us with the central challenge, doesn't it? As we move forward, how do we make absolutely sure that our technology helps us, that it augments our intelligence, but that it never ever replaces the fundamental human connections that we all need to thrive?